A prudent man should always follow in the path trodden by great men and imitate those who are most excellent, so that if he does not attain to their greatness, at any rate he will get some tinge of it. A man who is used to acting in one way never changes. He must come to ruin when the times, in changing, no longer are in harmony with his ways. Men are so simple of mind, and so much dominated by their immediate needs, that a deceitful man will always find plenty who are ready to be deceived. The vulgar crowd always is taken by appearances, and the world consists chiefly of the vulgar. Since love and fear can hardly exist together, if we must choose between them, it is far safer to be feared than loved. He who seeks to deceive will always find someone who will allow himself to be deceived. How we live is so different from how we ought to live that he who studies what ought to be done rather than what is done will learn the way to his downfall rather than to his preservation. Men are driven by two principal impulses, either by love or by fear. There is no other way to guard yourself against flattery than by making men understand that telling you the truth will not offend you. The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him. The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. One must therefore be a fox to recognize traps, and a lion to frighten wolves. Wisdom consists of knowing how to distinguish the nature of trouble, and in choosing the lesser evil. It must be considered that there is nothing more difficult to carry out, nor more doubtful of success, nor more dangerous to handle, than to initiate a new order of things. Therefore the best fortress is to be found in the love of the people, for although you may have fortresses they will not save you if you are hated by the people. Men never do good unless necessity drives them to it, but when they are free to choose and can do just as they please, confusion and disorder become rampant. And it ought to be remembered that there is nothing more difficult to take in hand, more perilous to conduct, or more uncertain in its success, than to take the lead in the introduction of a new order of things. Men should be either treated generously or destroyed, because they take revenge for slight injuries, for heavy ones they cannot. We have not seen great things done in our time except by those who have been considered mean, the rest have failed. But above all he must refrain from seizing the property of others, because a man is quicker to forget the death of his father than the loss of his patrimony. Men are so simple, and governed so absolutely by their present needs, that he who wishes to deceive will never fail in finding willing dupes.